Today's class is going to be themed around balancing the energies within our body, mainly kind of connecting the right side to the left and the left side to the right. A lot of the times we tend to have a more dominant side when we go throughout our lives, specifically maybe a dominant nostril we breathe out of, or even the dominant hand that we use, etc. So this is all about equalizing the energies within, so hopefully it's an enjoyable flow for you. We will get started laying down today, so if you want to find your nice cozy resting position, we'll get started resting on our mats for our beginning meditation. So take your time, find a cozy resting position. You can extend the legs or simply place the feet on the ground, or really find any shape in your body that feels good for you. And once you're in your resting posture, gently draw your eyes closed. And we'll take the next couple of moments to allow ourselves to tune in here and now. Gently allow the weight of your body to begin to fall towards the ground beneath you. Allow the back of the head to sink towards the ground. Rest the shoulder blades on the ground. Allow the spine to fall towards the ground beneath you. Rest the hips down, the legs, and allow the feet to splay outwards if the legs are extended. Rest the arms, the hands towards the ground as well. Simply feel the connection between your body and the ground, and just let go. Allow yourself to be held. And begin to tune into the softness of the air around you on your skin. And relax into it, so soften your facial expression. And any exposed skin, just allow it to get a little bit lighter. Feeling the balancedness, the easiness of the support of the ground beneath you, and then the lightness on your skin, allowing your body to fall towards the ground heavily, yet feel the spaciousness, the lightness of the air around you. And as you rest here, begin to place your awareness on feeling your breaths. Allow your body to breathe itself naturally and simply become a witness, an observer of the breath. Feeling the inhales and the exhales ripple in and out of the body. And just noting the balance between the inhales and the exhales, how they complement each other. And observe how yours feel today, tuning into every inhale and exhale. Notice that as we're here feeling the breath in the body, the mind will naturally think, and that's okay. On one end of the spectrum, we have the focus completely on the breath, feeling the entirety of the inhales and exhales. And at the other end of the spectrum, we have the mind completely taken away from the present moment, being lost in thought, out of this time, space, and place. But that's okay. There's balance. There's in between one and the other. We're here to just notice. And when we want to come back to the present moment, find our way back to feeling the inhales and exhales. So be gentle with yourself, almost imagining like you're on a teeter-totter, going back and forth, finding balance between one end and the other. Take a couple moments to simply feel the inhales and exhales and notice what happens to your awareness over time. When you want to come back, resume feeling the breath in the body. Continue to allow the body to relax, to fall heavily towards the ground as you're simply with your breath. We'll take a couple moments here to again feel the inhales and exhales. Let everything else go. If you'd like to stay in this posture, simply being with your breath, then please feel free to do so. Listen to your body and where it wants to go this evening. Sometimes what we need most is rest. Again, we're finding balance. A lot of the times we spend our days doing stuff, so maybe your body just wants to be, and that's okay. If at any point you want to return to this posture or do anything else than the suggested flow, please feel free to do so. Again, this time is for you tonight, so listen to where you want to go. If you'd like to, begin to flow. Whenever you're ready, follow an inhale to reach the hands up overhead. Stretch the body long, pull the feet towards the front of your room. And on your exhale, hug the knees in towards the chest. Wrap your arms around the legs. Give yourself a gentle hug. Maybe you rock the body side to side, maybe not. Just find what feels good and keep the awareness in your body. So feel into the back, the shoulders, the hips. Just notice where your body's at tonight. Stay with the breath. We'll eventually make our way to seated from here, so your choice. You can roll over to one side and press yourself up, or begin to rock up and down the length of your mat, eventually arriving in seated posture. You choose the mode in which you'd like to come up to seated. Take your time and flow with your breath. Once you make your way to seated, find a cozy seated posture. If the legs are crossed, that's totally fine. If you want to extend them, again, fine as well. Gently place the hands on the knees, and we're actually going to start our flow with a pranayama breathing technique. So we're going to do alternate nostril breathing. Take your pointer finger and your middle finger and then place them right between your eyebrows, and then spread the thumb to one side and then the index finger and the pinky to the other. So we're going to use the floating fingers to close off and open the nostrils. So I have my right hand on my forehead, so I'll be guiding according to that. Take a big breath or two, just allow yourself to equalize. And then when you're ready, close off the right nostril with your thumb, and then inhale through the left nostril, breathing in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Now close off the left, open the right, pause, exhale through the right, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's keep going. Inhale through the right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Switch nostrils, pause. Exhale left, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more round. So inhale left, 1, 2, 3, 4. Switch nostrils, pause. Exhale right, 4, 3, 2, 1. Going back to the other side. Inhale right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Switch nostrils, pause. Exhale left, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently allow the right hand to float back down towards your legs. Eyes can be open or closed, and just breathe normally. Notice how you feel after those couple alternate nostril breaths. When you're ready, peel the eyes open, and on an inhale, straighten the legs out in front of you. Exhale once you get there. Press the knees down, toes pull back towards you. Inhale, sit up super tall, and then exhale, relax shoulders down the back body. On your next inhale, reach the right hand behind you and then up towards the ceiling. On the exhale, cross your body and either touch down on the legs or towards the toes. So reach as far as it feels good for you. So we're gonna flow like that. So inhale, reach back and around as you sit up. Hands comes up. Exhale, reach toward the left leg. So we're crossing the energy across the body. Keep flowing, following your breath. Inhale, big circle with the right arm. Exhale, tap down and come back. Let's go straight to the other side. So sit on up. Inhale, left arm goes out and back. Exhale, reach across, tap, and then sweep on back. We inhale to lift up and back. Exhale across and tap down. One more round. Again, you can follow your own pace. Big inhale. Beautiful exhale. Tap and sweep. Great job. Once you come back to center, take a big breath or two, and then on an exhale, recross your legs if you had them crossed before, but before you come into the posture, take your dominant side, so the one you initially brought closer to you, and swap them out. So we're going for evenness there. And then from here, on your next inhale, we're going to just do 3 big sweeps. So inhale, hands come out and around, palms touch at the top. Exhale, hands to heart center. Imagining you're collecting all this good energy. Inhale, big sweep out and around, collecting good positive energy. And on your exhale, draw it into your heart. Follow your breath 1 more round. Inhale, big sweep out and around, palms touch at the top. Exhale, hands to heart center, and this time just rest them on your legs. Continue to breathe. We're going to do an energy medicine technique now, really crossing the energy across the body in front of the heart center. So lift your right hand up and then place it on your left shoulder. On your inhale, you're really going to kind of press down and dig the fingers into the top of the shoulder blade, and then exhale, you're going to pull the shoulder down and forward and then drag the energy across your body. Let's do the same thing on the other side. So inhale, lift, press into the shoulder, and then exhale, draw forward and across your body. A couple more rounds on each side. Inhale, right to left, press down, drag across. Should feel nice on your shoulder to just kind of press into it. Inhale, left to right, exhale across. 1 more each side. Inhale, right to left shoulder, drag across, exhale. Again, really just allow your hands to float across the body. Exhale, left to right, press down, gently drag across, hand towards the knee. Make our way to child's pose next. So inhale, hands and knees, tabletop position. Exhale, big toes touch, knees spread wide, sink it on back, child's pose. Allow your body to drape down towards the mat, and let's take a couple moments to pause here. Breathe deeply. So again, we're doing a lot with crisscrossing the energy right to left and left to right. So just notice kind of how you're feeling right now. Child's pose is an awesome posture for grounding. So the head, the hips, the heart are all near towards the ground. So breathe into the firm, steady state of this posture. If you like to sway side to side, rocking the hips side to side, or even rocking the forehead, the third eye into the mat, feel free to do so. Connect back with your breath if you've lost the connection, and we'll pause here for a couple moments longer. Breathe deeply. Let everything go. And only once you feel ready, follow an inhale to gently walk the hands back up towards you. Sit up on the heels, and then exhale, find your seated posture once again. So that's our first flow. Let me recap for you if you want to give it a go again. So we started this flow with the alternate nostril breathing. The way that we did so was placing the pointer finger and the middle finger on the forehead, and then we closed off one nostril, breathed in, switch nostrils, pause, and breathe out. Then you breathe back in that nostril, switch, pause, breathe out the other. So generally you breathe in for a count of 4, pause for 2, breathe out for a count of 4. So you can give that a try. You can do as many breaths as you'd like or totally skip that. From there, we straightened our legs out, gave our knees a little break, and then did that sweeping. So we inhaled up, exhaled, really reached across. And we did that a couple times like a moving meditation, and then we switched to the other side. So big sweeps. Again, crossing the energy from one side of the body to the other. We made our way back to our seated posture, this time opposite leg in front. And then to realign, we did 3 big sweeps. Following the inhales and the exhales. And then we finished our flow with the crossing the energy over. So on the inhale, we really pressed into the shoulder, exhaled, dragged across the body. Again, you can do as many as it feels good for you. And then to ground after that flow, we came back into a nice, gentle child's pose. So again, it's the alternate nostril breathing, the straight legs reaching across the body, came back to sweeping the hands out and around, and then crossing the body. So follow your breath, find what feels good for you, and you can do as many rounds of each technique, or maybe you do one that felt super good in your body. So explore, take this time for yourself, and I will be with you to guide your awareness. And continue to move with your breath. So wherever you choose to go in this flow, whether you repeat the flow, some of it or none of it, stay connected with your inhales and exhales. So really feel the breath in your body as you flow. And just become aware, notice what's going on within the head space. And we're kind of shaking things up, if you will, when we kind of cross energy from one side to another, because throughout the days we move quite literally, if that's a word, we move in kind of one plane on each side. So when we begin to cross over, we really redistribute the energy and balance ourselves out. So sometimes it can feel a little funky. So just become aware and breathe into it. Just go to where it feels okay in your body. No need to, quote unquote, get this flow right if you're doing the full thing. Just find what feels good. The goal is to stay with the inhales and exhales, to stay present in your body and become aware of your awareness of your mind, to simply be with yourself as you are. Wherever you're at right now, notice what you're thinking about. Where's your awareness right now? Does it feel like you're in your head? Does it feel like that's where the prominent energy lies? Do you feel external from yourself? Or do you feel your awareness on the body, feeling some sort of sensation? Really try to answer that question. We're here to become aware, to notice what goes on within. No matter where your awareness is, that's totally fine. When you want to come back to here and now, simply usher your mind back to feeling the inhales and exhales, to feeling the postures, the stretches, the shapes in your body. Just surrender to being here and now. And keep coming back, coming back, coming back with your awareness. We're here to get to know ourselves a little bit better, to simply be with ourselves without any sort of distractions or things to do. Allow yourself to practice being present. Feel the body, feel the breath. Anything that's weighing on your mind does not have to be dealt with right now. This time's for you. Allow yourself to be fully submerged in your practice and in the present moment. Continue to come back to your breath, to feel the breath in your body, using the sensation of feeling to really anchor your mind. Feeling the breath, feeling the body allows us to notice when the mind takes ourselves away. So continue to come back to feeling. Almost like a ship anchored in the ocean. The anchor is way at the bottom in the sand. The sand is our breath, is feeling the body. However, due to the waves, depending on whether it's a stormy weather or if it's a calm day, the ship may be taken all different ways around that anchor, but it always comes back, never drifts away completely. When you have the anchor of your breath, of feeling the body, the same sort of thing happens with the mind. Rather than taken completely away on a train of thoughts, we get these little moments of enlightenment when our awareness realizes that we got to come back to that anchor. And that's what we're here. We're here to practice waking up, becoming aware, coming back towards that anchor, which is the present moment. If you're still flowing, please take all the time you need and feel free to do whatever feels good in your body. If you want to eventually move on to the next flow, take your time. Maybe you wrap up what you're doing, maybe you find a resting pose or just any posture that works for you to settle in before our next flow. And just check in, notice the mind, the body, any themes to your practice so far within the body or thoughts that are coming up for you. Just become aware. And again, let go of any sorts of judgment. We're here to notice, become aware, that's all. For our next flow, we will eventually find our way to child's pose. So if you want to eventually meet up there, feel free to do so. Again, take all the time you need, and there's no need to move on to the next flow if you're just fine flowing within your body intuitively. Please honor yourself and what feels good for you right now. If you do want to move forward, find your way to child's pose if you're not already there. And once you get there, yet again, feel the breath in the body, reconnect, establish the connection before we begin to flow. If it feels like your knees are slightly wider than your hips in child's pose, just gently kind of bring them in a bit. We're going to be flowing in and out of child's pose, preferably with the knees about hips distance, so slightly closer than you would normally have them in child's pose. Whenever your next inhale arises, begin to lift up. So you're going to pull the hands towards you, and as you do so, lift the hips so they stack over the knees, and then reach the hands out and around, palms touch at the top. On the exhale, drop the hands to heart center. On your inhale, point the fingers out away from you, and then reach the hands away. Exhale, arms come out like you're holding a beach ball. Inhale, imagine like you're filling this beach ball up with air. On your exhale, melt yourself back down to child's pose, allowing the arms to fall down towards the mat. Take a big breath once you get in child's pose, and we're going to repeat that flow. So inhale, drag the hands towards you as you lift up, rippling the spine. Hands sweep out and around at the top, so it's one big inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, fingertips point away, reach the arms out. Exhale, balloon the arms outwards. Inhale, imagine like you're filling the space in front of you with air. And then exhale, melt yourself back down to child's pose. Again, we're going to continue to flow with that, really allowing the mind to meld into this flow. So inhale, ripple on up, hands sweep out and around, palms touch. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms reach out in front of you, fingertips point away. Exhale, like you're holding a beach ball. Inhale, fill the space in front of you with air. Exhale, melt yourself down, child's pose. Let's do one more round together. Inhale, ripple up, trying to move slower and slower every time you do this. Hands reach up, palms touch. Exhale, hands draw to heart center. Follow the length of your breath. Fingertips point away. Inhale, reach the hands out in front of you. Exhale, beach ball the arms out. Inhale, fill the space in front of you. Exhale, melt yourself down. Pause in child's pose for a moment or two, just noticing how you feel. Breathe deeply. On your next inhale, come on up, tabletop position, hands and knees. Exhale, down dog. So toes curl under, lift the knees, press them on back. Pause for a moment or two in your downward facing dog. Maybe you pedal out the feet, shift the weight forward and back. Stay with the breath though. Just open up the backs of the legs for a moment. And when you're ready, on your next inhale, begin to walk the feet all the way up to the hands. Once you get to the top of your mat, make sure the feet are hips distance and all 10 toes point forward. Exhale, fold towards the ground. So we're going to do a similar flow to what we just did, kind of like a moving meditation. So when your next inhale arises, bend the knees and slowly roll all the way up to standing. Hands sweep out and around. When you get to the top, palms touch. Exhale, hands to heart center, then down by your sides. We're going to move slowly through this first one. On your next inhale, right hand lifts, and at the same time, left knee lifts up off the ground. On the exhale, right hand comes to the left knee, taps, and then both limbs come down. Same thing other side. So inhale, left hand reaches, at the same time, right knee lifts. Exhale, tap across the body, set down. Inhale, right lifts, left knee lifts. Exhale, tap and lower. Inhale, left hand, right knee. Exhale, tap, lower. Same thing, other side, one more time. Inhale, right hand, left knee. Exhale, tap, lower. Inhale, left hand up with the right knee. Exhale, tap, lower. Inhale, hands sweep out and around, palms touch. Exhale, fold it on back down towards the legs. If you'd like, you can inhale halfway up to gain a little more length, and then exhale, fold, hang heavy. Take a breath or two, pause, just like we did in child's pose. And we're going to do that flow together one more time, but you're going to be able to do that as many times as you'd like when you're off on your own. So on your next inhale, begin to ripple on up. One vertebra stacks on top of another as you rise. Hands reach out and around, palms touch at the top. Exhale, hands to heart center, then down by the sides, moving maybe even slower, more consciously this time. Inhale, right hand lifts with the left leg. Exhale, across the body, tap down, lower. Inhale, left hand, right leg. Exhale, tap, lower. Inhale, right hand, left leg. Exhale, across, tap and lower. Inhale, left hand, right leg. Exhale, tap and lower. One more time each side. Inhale, right hand, left leg. Exhale, tap, lower. Last one, inhale, left hand, right leg. Exhale, tap, lower. Allow your breath to be your guide. Inhale, hands sweep out and around, palms touch. Exhale, bow on down. Inhale, rise up halfway. Pull the heart forward if you'd like, and then exhale, pause for a moment or two in your forward fold, just hanging heavy. Whenever you're ready to come out of your forward fold, just simply make your way back to child's pose in any way that suits your body. So whether you'd like to put in a vinyasa or just lower the knees and sink the hips on back, feel free to do so. So whatever works for you. Take a couple moments again. Notice how you're feeling. Tune into the mind, the body. Just become aware. And as you're here, I'll recap for you. So that's our flow. Essentially with this flow, you can do as many routines or repetitions as you like. So you can even just stick with one of those, either at the top of the mat or the back, or you can do both if you'd like. The goal is to, every rotation, almost like slow down the movements, really allow the breath to be your guide. So I'll recap each little sequence for you, and you can decide how you want to proceed with that. So the first one, we started in child's pose, and then on an inhale, we really rippled on up, swept the hands out and around, palms touched, and then the exhale, the hands came in towards the heart center. On the inhale, fingertips pointed away, we reached out. Exhale, it's like we're holding a big old beach ball in front of us, so the arms came like a circle. Inhale, we filled up that area with air. And then exhale, we melted on down, back to the ground. So these are subtle, soft movements. Again, I'll repeat one more time. So it was an inhale to ripple up. I'll go a little faster for you this time. Palms came up. Then we exhaled to heart center. Inhale, the fingertips point away. We reached out. Exhale, we opened up the arms. Inhale, filled that area with air. And then exhale, melted back down. For the second one, if you want to do that one as well, we eventually made our way up from down dog to a forward fold. And this one was a little bit different, but we did start with that. We inhaled to ripple on up. Again, moving much slower than I am right now. Palms touched at the top. Exhale, hands to heart center, then down by your sides. Then we worked on crossing the energy across the body. So we inhale, lifted. Exhale, across, down. So we did that on each side, and you can do as many rotations of this as you'd like. Just moving with the breath and flowing accordingly. When you completed your crossing the energy, we came back up, palms touch, and then exhale, fold it on down to the feet. Pause for however long you'd like. You can repeat that again as many times as you wish, eventually making your way back to child's pose when you've completed your flow. So you can make up that flow if you'd like. You can do whatever feels good. The goal is to really almost approach it like a moving meditation, flowing with the breath, soft, organic movements. So again, it was the first one was inhale, reaching up, exhale down, pointing the fingers away, inhale, open, or once it was open, inhale, and then melt down. So again, just find a flowy nature to this, see what works for you. And again, you can do all none or some of that, but I'll be here for you either way. So explore your body, find what works for you for this next flow. And really, really, really allow the breath to be your guide here. So before you initiate every movement, start your breath. And rather than making these flows a mental task, just allow yourself to move organically. So maybe you just surrender and choose one of those sequences and just continue to repeat it. And notice what happens the more you repeat it, the more you really tune into the intricacies of the flow and coordinating it with your breath. You can do both, that's totally fine. But just allow yourself to settle into each flow for a bit rather than maybe pushing through to get to the end. Stay with your breath. Coordinate the movements with your inhales and your exhales. And as you continue to repeat the sequences, if that's what you're working on, can you slow down? Can you deepen your breath? Can you equalize the lengths of your inhales and exhales? Allow your mind to just drop into the fullness of every breath. Allow yourself to feel the breath, to move accordingly. Notice where your awareness is. Just become aware. Really try to pinpoint the thought processing that's going on. When you're ready to come back to the present moment, feel the breath. Allow yourself to be with every part of your inhales, of your exhales. Stay feeling the entirety of the breath in your body as you flow. And again, when the mind takes you away, when the ship floats away from the anchor, whether it's on giant crashing waves or just small ripples on the ocean, bring it on back. Float your way back to the anchor of the breath and the body. If you're still flowing, notice how you can slow down time by exaggerating your breath, by slowing down your movements, by being conscious in every motion that you take, by consciously feeling every part of your breath, every part of your body. Let yourself be truly submerged in here and now. If you're still flowing, take all the time you need. We will eventually meet up in that resting child's pose, but again, if you're wrapping up a flow, if you'd like to take other postures, feel free to do so. Stay in your body and with your breath. We'll eventually meet up there for those that are ready to move on. And once you make your way to that grounding child's posture, just take a couple moments to check in yet again. Feel the breath in the body. Again, notice how your headspace feels, how your body feels, any themes to your practice. Become aware, let go of any judgment. Again, we're not here to shut off the mind. We're here to become aware of what the mind does, to get to know ourselves better. When you're ready to move on to the next flow, on your inhale, walk the hands back towards you till you're sitting up all the way on your heels. On your exhale, swing the legs out and around in front of you. Inch yourself forward on your inhale. Reach the hands out. We're going to lay down next. So exhale, slowly lower yourself all the way down to the mat. Once you're laying down, step the feet in towards you on your inhale. Exhale once you get there. Bring the hands by your sides with the palms face down. On your next inhale, cross your right ankle over your left thigh like you're sitting in the chair with crossed legs. Continue to breathe. Look up towards the ceiling right above you, so try to keep the vision directly above you. And when you're ready, follow an inhale to lift the hips up. So press that left foot in towards the ground, lift the hips. Now if this feels like enough for you, you're gonna pause here. Press that right knee towards the ground as you lift. If you want to take this one step further, we'll have the option to lift the hands up and then allow the backs of the arms and hands to rest on the ground by the ears. On your exhale, everything's gonna come back towards the ground. So the hips and the hands come back down. So your choice, you can either move hips and arms at the same time or just keep the hands on the ground. So listen to your body, but we're gonna flow through that 2 more times. Inhale, everything lifts. Hands come up by the ears if you'd like. Exhale, everything lowers. One more time, inhale, lift. Once you're lifted, pause, retain the breath for a moment. And then exhale, slowly lower everything back down. Right foot comes back to the ground, and we're going to do the same flow on the other side. So inhale, cross the left ankle over the right thigh. Pause here, exhale. On your inhale, press through the right foot, left knee draws down, maybe the hands come up overhead. Exhale, lower down. Flow with your breath. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. This time we're going to pause for a moment once we're lifted. So inhale, lift. Once you hit the bottom of the inhale, pause, hold the breath for a moment. And then when you're ready, exhale, slowly lower everything back down to the mat. Left foot comes down as well. Maybe you close the eyes, maybe you just slightly drop the knees side to side. Just feel into the body, notice where you're at. Continue to breathe. From here, eventually straighten both your legs out towards the ground beneath you. We're going to do one more little exercise that draws the energy from the right to the left and the left to the right. So hands are by your sides, palms face down. On your next inhale, right hand lifts up by your ear, just like we did in the bridge pose. On the exhale, can you crunch, bringing the right hand towards the left foot? If that feels like too much right now, you can keep the knee bent and bring the right hand towards the left knee. On the inhale, open back up. 2 more times. Exhale, reach across the body, lifting the limbs. Inhale, open up. 1 more. Exhale, reach across. Inhale, open up. Exhale, right hand by your side. Same thing other side. So inhale, left hand lifts up, arm by the ear. Exhale, crunch, lifting, reaching towards opposite sides. Inhale, open back up. 2 more times. Exhale, lift and reach across. Inhale, open. Last time on this side. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, open. Exhale, left hand by your side. Maybe you draw the eyes closed and just pause for a couple moments. Notice how you feel. Again, tuning in mind, body, soul. Breathe deeply. So that is our final flow of class. I'm going to leave it up to you how many rotations you do. So again, the theme is kind of like that moving meditation. You can continue to flow as many rotations as you'd like through each of those postures, and you can continue the flow as many times as you'd like as well. So just as a recap, we started with those bridge dips. So we started with crossing the right ankle over the left thigh, and then we had the option. So we inhaled, lift everything up. Exhale, lower. So you can do as many of those as you'd like. Whenever you get to your final one, you're going to inhale to lift, hold the breath just for a moment, and then slowly exhale to lower everything down. So you'll repeat that on each side. Again, it's up to you if you want to incorporate the arm part or not. From there, we eventually, maybe you kind of let the knees go side to side, but eventually straighten those legs out, and then really exhale to reach across. You can go to knee or foot, and then inhale, open up to bring the energy across the body from the right to left, and then eventually from left to right. So again, you can do as many of those as you'd like as well. So just as one more recap, we did the cross-legged bridge dips on each side. Whenever you get to your last rotation, you'll pause, hold the breath just for a brief moment, and then come out of it. Rest, allow the low back to settle, and then proceed with coming across the body, hand to foot or hand to knee. So take your time, flow, find what feels good. If you want to do something totally different, by all means, listen to your body. So give yourself what you need for this last flow of class, and then we'll meet up for the closing. Again, really, really, really use your breath to guide you through this. Allow the inhales and exhales to initiate every movement that you take. And as we've been working throughout practice this evening on finding balance, on equalizing right to left and left to right, balancing out right brain and left brain, and finding equal energy flow within, maybe you allow your subconscious mind to bubble up and allow you to become aware of maybe anywhere in your life where you need to find more balance. Maybe there's something that you always think about that maybe you can spend more thought elsewhere. Maybe there's somewhere in your life that you're focusing all your energy, but you can find focus elsewhere. Where in your life do you find yourself predominantly moving and flowing, where maybe you can find an open door? Just like how we predominantly either use our right or left hand, right or left nostril, right or left foot, we have access to that other side. How can you, within your life, find balance, equalize your energies? If you spend most of your time and energy at work, maybe there's an opportunity to focus on self-care, on family, whatever it is. Just notice kind of what comes up for you and what arises as we're working to find balance within the body tonight. Allow that to reflect out to your life. Again, just allow whatever comes up to come up. Let go of any judgment. Just let it be. And eventually come back to following the breath and your flow. It's just something to maybe spend a little time with the awareness on, but let yourself come back. Find your inhales and exhales and continue to flow. As we're approaching the end of our final flow of class, can you really give yourself permission to be fully in the body and the breath? Maybe it's just for a portion of an inhale or one round of breath, but can you completely surrender to the thinking tasks in the mind and just let yourself simply be for a moment, maybe two. Be in the body, feel the breath, and let everything else go. If and when you complete this flow, feel free to either continue to move in ways that feel good in your body, or simply find a resting posture. If you're still flowing, please take all the time that you need. But if you are wrapping up, again, either continue to move or find a good resting posture, whatever suits your body and practice tonight. If you'd like to join me for the closing of class, we will eventually meet up simply resting on the back body. But again, you choose where you'd like to go. Eventually we'll meet up with the knees hugging in towards the chest, so Apanasana, just like at the beginning of the class, with the arms wrapped around the legs. Maybe you add a gentle rock side to side, pressing the low back in towards the ground. Maybe you stay completely still, whatever feels good right now. And we'll conclude our practice today with a nice simple twist. So when your exhale arises, arms come to a T shape and gently allow the legs to lower toward the left hand side. Maybe you send the gaze over the right hand. Maybe the left hand rests on the outside of the right leg. Find whatever feels good for you. And breathe to the right side body. So physically feel the right rib cage and lung expand and lift on your inhales. On your exhales, feel it soften and lower. Relax the jaw and shoulders. Just let yourself melt into the shape. As we work today on equalizing the energy flow in the body, twists are amazing for detoxification. They allow us to wring out anything that no longer serves us, anything that was maybe loosened that needs to be free, and to also create space for the new. Let yourself rest here for another breath or two, just melting into the shape, breathing to the right side. And when you're ready to flow to the other side, follow an inhale to gently bring the knees back up to center. And on your exhale, float them down toward the right hand side. Send the gaze over the left shoulder or the left hand if that feels good in your neck. And pause here, finding any variation that you'd like, maybe resting the hand on the leg. But bring your awareness toward the left side body and really feel the inhales and exhales ripple in and out from that left lung. Allow yourself to melt into the shape and physically wind down for Shavasana, for the closing of our practice today. And only when you feel ready to release from this side, follow an inhale to gently bring the legs back up to center. And your choice, if you want to add in a happy baby or any other type of posture before the closing of class, feel free to do so. When you are ready, eventually straighten the legs out or just find a nice, cozy, resting posture for the ending of class. And we'll meet up resting on the back body with the limbs extended. But again, take your time before you find your way here. If you're still flowing, please take all the time that you need. Listen to your body and give it what it needs. If and when you're ready for Shavasana, gently find your way to your cozy resting position. And once you get there, gently draw the eyes closed. Begin to invite in a soft, easy, a relaxed nature to your mind, to your body, to the space all around and within you. Begin to soften and relax your body even further, starting by softening the crown of your head. Imagine the crown of your head opening, getting lighter and softer. Relax your forehead, soften the eyebrows, relax the eyelids, and allow the eyeballs to sink back towards the skull. Relax your temples, soften the cheekbones, and relax the jaw, maybe even allowing the lips to part. And soften the lips, relax the teeth, and gently float the tongue down away from the roof of your mouth. Relax your ears, and allow the back of the head to get heavy towards the ground beneath you. Soften the scalp. Relax the shoulder blades down towards the mat, feeling the gentle opening of the chest as you melt the shoulders towards the ground. Relax the upper arms, the elbows. Soften the lower arms, the wrists. And relax the hands, softening the fingers. Allow the neck, the throat to soften, open. As you relax the heart center, the chest. Soften the rib cage, the belly. And allow the back body to sink towards the ground beneath you. Relaxing every vertebra and muscle in the back body as your awareness sweeps down the back. Soften the low back, the sacrum. Relax the glutes, the hips, and the pelvic area. Soften the upper legs and the knees. Relax the lower legs and the ankles. Soften the tops of your feet, the bottoms, and allow every toe to get a little bit lighter. Notice if you're holding on anywhere else in your body, and just let go. Continue to keep letting go, letting go, letting go, even if you're not sure what you're letting go of. For the next couple of moments, allow yourself to simply be in this state. Allow the goodness of your practice to infuse in the body, to translate to the mind, softening it as though it's a muscle itself, just letting it go, letting it relax as well. And rest here, letting yourself drift away to the balanced energy you've cultivated within and all around you. Gently begin to invite the awareness back in towards your body. Maybe you eventually begin to add subtle movements to the toes, the fingers, the wrists and ankles. And only when you feel ready to move, gently roll over to either side and pause there to rest in a fetal position. Take your time. And eventually make your way all the way up to seated, keeping the eyes softly closed as you move. And we'll meet with the palms touching our heart center and eyes drawn closed. Take a couple of moments to consciously realize how you feel right now. Draw your awareness to your mind. Take a couple moments to feel. Notice the quality, the texture, how the headspace feels within. What's the first word that comes to your awareness to describe the state of your mind? Gently draw your awareness towards your body, observe, let yourself feel. And notice the first word that comes to you to describe the state of your body. Eventually tune into your emotional well-being. And again check in. Notice the emotion that you feel right now. Just notice, observe, become aware, and let it be. Give yourself a smile and really thank yourself for showing up here today, for dedicating your time to cultivating a balanced state within and around you, and for practicing, dedicating time to your health, your life, and your well-being. Thank you so very much for sharing your beautiful practice and energy with me here today. The light in me truly honors the light in you. Namaste. Thank you very much, ladies.